All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. Breaking news, the Federal Reserve just today has made an emergency interest rate cut. We haven't seen something like this. We haven't seen a cut this big since 2008. Check this out, and also make sure you stay tuned for the second half of this video because I want to talk about what's going on in China and some amateur video footage that's coming out of China. Both these stories, the coronavirus China story and the Fed cutting rate story, is good for Bitcoin on a fundamental level. Make sure you watch the whole video.
Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 50 basis points, making a surprise announcement of a 50 basis point rate cut. The Federal Reserve saying the coronavirus poses an evolving risk to economic activity, though the fundamentals of the U.S. economy remain strong. The statement saying, in light of these risks and in support of achieving its maximum employment and price stability goals, the Fed decided to cut interest rates. Fed say it is monitoring the situation. I think it's been since January 08 or so since you had the rate cut this size, but the Federal Reserve announcing that it is cutting interest rates by 50 basis points to a new target range of 1 to 1.25%. Once again, a 50 basis point rate cut from the Federal Reserve following that G7 meeting, guys, which pledged there would be action. And here it is. I was a little surprised that markets were disappointed. The G7 never takes action. The action is done just like this by individual central banks, individual finance ministries. This is the first action. We'll, I guess, wait to see right now if other shoes drop, including the ECB, the Bank of Japan, as well as other fiscal authorities out there. Carl?
Aaron, look, I like what Mark Yusko said about this. He said you cannot vote for an emergency rate cut and say that the U.S. economic fundamentals remain strong. You just can't. And Bloomberg's reporting on this too. They said the vote for the Fed's emergency cut was unanimous. The Fed also said in the statement that the fundamentals of the U.S. economy remain strong. You cannot have it both ways. This is exactly what Bitcoin was made for. And speaking about other ways that people, I'm sure, are realizing Bitcoin could help, we have shocking amateur video coverage coming straight out of China. Watch this clip, and then I'm going to put it in context for you.
对面27楼已经甩第4波钱了，这都是100的，我这放的最大了。 对面27楼已经甩第4波钱了。
Now, in order for you to understand the gravity of this clip, you have to understand the context. The Chinese people are not only at the mercy of a very deadly disease, they're at the mercy of a very authoritative government. This is the most recent information that we have. Business Insider published this just 5 hours ago. Barred from leaving their neighborhoods, some Wuhan residents can only get food by group ordering groceries with their neighbors through Chinese messaging apps like WeChat. Last month, and put into effect very recently, Wuhan public officials passed some of the most restrictive measures for its citizens since the outbreak occurred. The city and its 11 million residents, 11 million people, are on lockdown. The people are not allowed to leave their compounds only once every 3 days, prompting residents to stockpile food or rely on community volunteers to deliver food to their homes. Some residents will not be allowed to leave their neighborhoods at all. Now, going further, jumping on over to the Daily Beast, China's central bank says that it plans to destroy most of the banknotes collected by hospitals, markets, buses, and regions that are hit hardest by coronavirus. The deputy governor of the Chinese central bank says that they plan to pump out 600 billion of freshly printed paper currency to replace the bills that they took out of circulation. Now, in other areas of the country, the government has ordered banks to remove the incoming currency from circulation and replace it with their new cash. They have been directed to keep the cash under quarantine for 14 days and then disinfect it at high temperatures and with ultraviolet light before returning it to the public. And now that you have this context, let's go back, let's watch this video again. This video, it's on Twitter right now. Link is in the description. Give it a like, give it a retweet. Let's get this information out there to as many people as possible. People are throwing away their money into the streets.
对面27楼已经甩第4波钱了，这会儿甩的大，这都是100的，我这放的最大了。能甩1000的。
Now, the real question is why? Why are these people throwing away their fiat money in the street? Now, the original place that I found this video, coronavirus official updates, they theorized that this is happening due to desperation that comes from people being unable to move freely or buy general goods. Some people have been saying the reason people are throwing away their money is because they don't want, they want to throw away the contaminated money. I think that's a little childish. Some people are saying that, they're throwing away their money because they're desperate and they're just realizing just how worthless the fiat money really is in situations like theirs. In reality, we don't have the full context for this clip. We don't have the full context. There's a lot of things we don't know when watching this clip, but clearly it's a bad situation. Now, I am not saying that the coronavirus is the end of the world. I'm not saying the coronavirus is the end of the world. What I am saying is that this is the end of some people's world. Like the people in Wuhan, China. They have it bad. Not only because of the virus, but also because they're controlled and they are censored by their authoritative government. They transact on WeChat most of the time. Government monitors their online transactions. And just like the US, you saw, China can print as much money as they want. The point is, Bitcoin is a hedge against this. If people in Wuhan, China stored their wealth in Bitcoin, it would not have traces of disease on it. It would not be subject to debasement. It would not be watched and censored. It would be much easier to move and flee Wuhan if they used Bitcoin. So the coronavirus, obviously bad for the world, bad for people in China, but this is a situation where Bitcoin could help a lot of people. So bad for Wuhan, good for Bitcoin. Let me know what you think in the comments below. In other news, Elon Musk has voiced support for Dogecoin after, a lot of people remember from a few weeks ago his Bitcoin bashing. It wasn't true Bitcoin bashing. He always kind of flirts with his opinions. He's never that definitive. But in this case, already known as a big Doge fan, Musk has made yet another endorsement for the cryptocurrency in a March 3rd tweet just today. While the initial tweet isn't exactly crypto-related, but just a Shub meme with captions "Dog Rocks," with the subsequent tweet, he said they have the best coin, so clearly showing Musk was talking about Doge, and this is that tweet. He says, Doge, or dogs rock, then he shows a picture of a dog, so a funny dog meme, but then right under he says, they have the best coin, so, just making a crypto reference. I think that's cool. I liked it. I retweeted it. Next story, Brad Garlinghouse admits that Ripple wouldn't be profitable without selling XRP. I mean, the story is really the title. So the CEO of Ripple, Garlinghouse, has said that they would not be profitable or cash flow positive without selling the native cryptocurrency XRP. So, Ripple XRP's business is, dumping on you. That's part of it. And he admits that. So just be aware, right? Price of Bitcoin right now, $8,700. That is it for me today, my friends. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. If you got value in this video, give it a like. Feel free to share this with a friend. I think we talked about two very important things today. We talked about both the Fed and coronavirus. This is the perfect video to send to a friend who maybe isn't interested in crypto, but maybe he's more traditionally inclined or is interested in world events. This would be the perfect video to send. Taking a look at our Twitter real quick. I tweeted this the other day. The Fed, dollar bills, y'all. So, that's what we're dealing with here. That is what we're dealing with. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Like the Chinese government out in Beijing, cryptocurrency, it's a real thing. Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you got a lot of that, you're a wealthy man. But if you go to the Republic of China. Get a little coin now, yeah, it's a shiner. See all the sunlight reflect off the currency. They're not doing that well though currently. A trade war coming on between here and China. Yeah, the White House in fear saying, oh God, yeah, we got those tariffs. Gotta keep the money in that balance. If you don't study it fiscally, there's no laughs in here. It's a risk for me.